Hello, Happy New Year. Welcome back to my channel. I am a Jen who reads, and this is going to be my January TBR 2024. One of my reading goals for 2024 is to do a readathon a month for the entire year. So this is January. Today is actually January 1st, so Happy New Year. And I am doing Leandra, the TBR Zero. You can look her up on YouTube and Instagram. And she has put together an amazing readathon to help clear your TBR. It is called the TBRATHON. The amount of work that she has put into this with the graphics and the merchandise is just unbelievable. So I just encourage you to go check out her channel. She does have merch for this TBR-a-thon, and I did buy a shirt. And at first I was really bummed out because it wasn't going to get here until like later in January. And then it ended up being delivered like December 27th, and I was really excited. And then I lost the shirt. So in all of the Christmas cleanup and just stuff going on with the holidays, I cannot find it. And I've actually put off making this video because I wanted to wear the shirt. But anyways, all of the proceeds from the merchandise sales go to the ALA, which is the American Library Association. And this is a picture of the shirt I have somewhere in my house. Hopefully I'll find it and I'll be able to wear it in my January reading wrap-up video. So she created, I think, 4 or 5 game boards that you could use to help you curate your TBR for the month of January. And I chose the This or That scavenger hunt. So this is the board that I chose, and all of the highlighted in purple are the prompts that I chose to pick books for. With the exception of 2 prompts, I did cross off the stormy or sunny skies prompt just because my TBR was already getting really big and I was having a hard time finding a book to fit that. And then one of the prompts is a book from your top shelf or a book from your bottom shelf. And I don't really have a top shelf or a bottom shelf. If you look all the way up there, at the very, very top, that's my TBR. So it's all a top shelf. So I ended up scratching that one as well. So this is what I chose to fit the prompts. And these are in no particular order. The first one goes with the prompt historical. And I chose Diana Gabaldon's Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone. This is the most current book in the Outlander series. I don't have the book in it because it's upstairs. And I always take the dust jackets off when I read. I've been reading the Outlander series probably since 2018-ish. And it's taken me a long time because, one, the books are pretty large. But I also don't want to read through them too fast because I'm going to be really sad when I'm finished reading it. And I love the series just as much. This book is like 888 pages, I believe, and I do not think I'm going to finish it this month. I'm just going to make some headway, make some progress in it this month. So this definitely won't be a book I complete, but it will be a book that I read, I don't know, maybe like 100 or so pages on. We'll see. All right, the next prompt I chose was fantasy. And I am slowly reading through Terry Pratchett's The Discworld, and I have the third one, Equal Rights. If you don't know, Terry Pratchett writes humorous fiction. I think that the Discworld series is 40-some books, but they're all pretty small. And there's a bunch of stories within the Discworld, so it's not one continuous story. It's actually not even recommended that you read it in chronological order, but I didn't know that, and I did start it in chronological order, so I'm going to just continue that. I'm looking forward to this because the first 2 books that I read were the same story, and this one I'll be getting a different story with different characters, so I'm excited to pick this one up. All right, so then for the prompt, Travel Far Away, I picked Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. I finished 2 of the first 2 Percy Jackson series last year and the year before. It took me a couple years. This is usually what I bring and read with me at work. I work at a middle school and I have some downtime, and I like the kids to see me read. So I'm trying to get through all the Rick Riordan and the Rick Riordan Presents books. I did hear that it is better if you finish all of the Percy Jackson series and this Magnus Chase series before you pick up the new Percy Jackson and Nick D'Angelo book. So I'm excited to read that, and I want to read it, so I need to get through these first. So this is going to be what I bring to work with me and read for travel somewhere far away. All right, the next one is a book that is new to your TBR. Last year in 2023, so that wasn't that long ago, yesterday, I discovered Brandon Sanderson. And if you know anything about Brandon Sanderson, he has a lot of books, and a lot of them are very large. And there's a lot of different recommended reading orders. I am taking the advice of the YouTube channel, the YouTuber Captured Between the Pages. If you want to go look him up, he has a video on his recommended reading order so that you can like catch and recognize all the Easter eggs. So I finished Mistborn, and the next one that he recommends is from this book. This is the Arcanum Unbounded, a Cosmere collection. So this is not one entire book. It's a bunch of small things all put together. So I will be reading the 11th Metal. This is for the new on my TBR. I don't know if I said that or not. So this is like a Mistborn prequel. It talks about Kelsier, and it's only 21 pages. So I think I can do that. So this is going to be what I read. After this, though, the recommended book is Elantris, and I know that's a pretty hefty one. So, all right, next up is an urban setting. Years ago, maybe like 2017, 2016, I started to read Cassandra Clare, The Mortal Instruments, and then I gave up on it. And since then, a lot of books have been put out. This is my Cassandra Clare shelf. Those books right there are new books that I need to put away. But this whole shelf is Cassandra Clare. And so I'm going to just start over in 2024 from the beginning. So City of Bones, The Mortal Instruments, book 1 is going to be for my urban setting. I do not, I don't think, I mean, I'm not delusional. I'm not going to finish all of the Cassandra Clare books this year, but I can get a good start on them. All right. The next prompt was a cool cover versus a warm cover. And I picked a cool cover, even though it's like a warmer shade of a cool color. One of my reading goals for 2024 is to read through the book of the months that I have collected, and also to read more books that are recent releases. So this one sort of fits into both of those categories. This is None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. And I've read a few Lisa Jewell thrillers and mysteries, and I've liked everything that I've read so far. So, and I've heard really, really good things about None of This Is True. The next one I chose was a romance. This was actually on my TBR for December, and I didn't get to it. And it's Christina Lauren, Love and Other Words. If you don't know, Christina Lauren is actually two people, Christina and Lauren, and they co-author books together. And everything that I've read by Christina Lauren, I've loved. I'm pretty picky with my romances, but she's hit it out of the park. I think I've read 3 of her books, so, or their books, I should say. So, Love and Other Words, and it's still, and it has sort of like a wintry cover, and it's January, and that's still winter, even though it doesn't feel like it in Florida. All right, the next prompt is family, a family prompt. And so this one actually won, I think, 2 awards in the Goodreads Choice Awards for 2023. I've had this for months, and it's a book of the month. So, you know, be knocking that off my list too. That's Wayward. This follows a family in 3 different generations. I don't know if they're consecutive generations or not. I believe that they're witches. So this is a triple timeline, Wayward. This one for, I'm not really sure what it won for, but I know, I'm like 90% sure that one of the things it won for was debut author. So I'm going to read that. 2 more. Melancholy. I don't know if this one's really melancholy, but I read the Cruel Prince series, or the Elfhame. I can never remember the name of the series. The Folk of the Air series. That's what it is. And it was pretty melancholy. There were parts of it that were pretty down. So I am going to read The Stolen Heir. This is one that I want to read before March because the next book in the series comes out. The Stolen Heir is like the second series. So it's like a continuation. It's like there's a time jump. And this follows a character that was in the Folk of the Air series. And so this will follow him. I'm covering up the bargain sticker price because that's ugly. All right, so The Stolen Heir is going to be for my Melancholy read. And then the other one that I have is going to be on my Kindle. The prompt is 2 or more people on the cover. And I'm going to read Same Time Next Year by Tessa Bailey. This one was released at the end of last year. It's on KU. I downloaded it right away and never got to it. So I'm excited to give that one a shot. That's it. That is what I'm planning to read for January. It is quite a load. In December, I did a readathon where it was a competition, and whatever you read earned points for your team. And I read everything except for one book on that. Well, 2 books, really. But one of them was a reread, so I don't know if that counts. But this one I feel is going to be a little bit more relaxed and laid back, which is really good because I have a lot to do this month. I do go back to work on January 9th after winter break, and I won't have as much time to read. So I'm just looking forward to jumping back on here, letting you guys know what I got through and what I thought of everything that I read. One of my goals for 2024 is 500 subscribers, and I'm at 146 right now. So I would appreciate all your likes and comments and follows and subscriptions or whatever it's called on YouTube. And if you have any book buddies that you think would like to hear what I have to say about books, just let them know about me. And that's all I have to say. So until next time, happy reading. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.